Welcome. And the question today from Naval Battle 12 is, what would you do if you were the last person on Earth but household utilities? Water, electricity, internet still work properly? Hi, this is Derek. I just put the Drama Llama, Fred, back in his llama pen, so that I can do this quick video for you with some of the stuff that Fred found on Reddit earlier today. If this is your first time watching our videos, help me out by watching to the end, and then giving me some feedback in the comment area below. And if you want more of these videos daily, don't forget to like and subscribe, with notifications turned on for this channel. Oh boy, let's get ready for some drama. Juxtapose answered with, very little would actually change, except not having to go to work. A bit more breaking and entering for food and a lot more public nudity. Mr. Blease answered with, probably check out places that were previously off limits. Fort Knox, Area 51, see if there's really a hall of records underneath the Sphinx, seed bank, etc. I did mean the Svalbard Global Seed Vault, not bank. You know how to fly a plane? Really going to want that skill set if you plan to travel to all of those. Britvic answered with, staying in mansions and cool places. Use the internet to learn how to fly a plane so I can travel further. But I'd probably crash on my first try, so that would end things pretty quickly. Back to Bach answered with, I would commence to wonder if all those utilities, water, electricity, internet, etc., worked on their own. Why did I pay all those monthly bills? No, they need to be paid. It's just that aliens feel bad for you being the last one alive, so as pity they're paying for it for you. Trust me, they wouldn't work for long. I work for a utility and infrastructure is very needy. IBO Stro answered with, I'd go to mission control and talk with the astronauts on the ISS, who are probably freaking out about resupply missions and everyone on Earth being dead. Astronauts are actually extremely difficult to freak out, as they need to remain calm even in extremely taxing circumstances. But I suppose they could be very concerned, which is the normal person equivalent of freaking out. Coffee and Conflict answered with, probably search for another living person the rest of my life. Isn't that what we all do with our lives anyway? Try to find someone you can tolerate, who also tolerates you, and also happens to have correctly oriented organs compared to yours. Life Goes On 3131 answered with, even if I was the last person on Earth, I'd go get money from the bank, deposit it into my account, and pay my debts. Lol. That's how much my student loans stress me out. Winterclaw 42 answered with, food would be an issue, especially in the long run. Part of me says I'd try to work on a monument or something that proved humans once. We're here because most of our structures will be gone in a few centuries. Avix answered with, go steal the keys to the best car I could. Drive to Bev Hills or Hollywood Hills and go live in my dream house. Break into houses and find drugs in spare time. Hunt for food, animals would be in town shortly thereafter. Subsist on found drugs and meat. Live about 5 years like this before dying to something stupid like drug-induced heart attack, car accident, driving 300 miles per hour, etc., and not be able to do surgery on myself. Be satisfied. Interesting Debate 81 answered with, I'd love to go into a store and break everything like that scene in Zombieland. Also move into Buckingham Palace. If the Eurostar is still running, I'd move into Versailles. Welfare Clairvoyant 13 answered with, head to the Pentagon, NASA, and Area 51 and get a ride that can go find the rest of you for leaving me. Why? They said last person, not last creature. Aliens aren't human. I'd find the Greys in Area 51, raid a dispensary, and have a effin' baller time with the A. Lamau. Glass Teeth 01 answered with, record myself wanking off in places where you're definitely not supposed to wank off. Like a courtroom or the Prime Minister's office. And if I am feeling brave enough, broadcast it to every corner of the globe. B. Walsh answered with, rush to download as much media as I could connect to for as long as possible. Find local Best Buy, Raid hard disk section for as many of their largest stock disks as I can find. Also take home surveillance camera system and 5 camera equipped quadrotor drones. Download latest stable release of FreeNAS, Red Hat, Ubuntu, Arch, macOS, Windows. Download Plex. Download Wikipedia hard copy. Download Python, and a complete hard copy of the pip repository. Download Node.js, Angular, React and Vue. And if possible a complete repository of other popular JS libraries. Also get C++ libraries. Build NAS rack, RAID 6 configured in a chassis that has as many hot swap slots as I can find. Using Google Maps survey local high-price real estate areas for homes equipped with solar arrays. Ideally the newest present but with preference for them on homes that are resilient to weather damage. Ideally not in an especially precarious flooding or tornado risk position. After flagging some homes for in-person investigation, go review them in person. Try to find specifically a house with a battery system already installed. Move into this house when identified. Locate and retrieve multiple electric vehicles, an RV, and a larger work vehicle. Figure out how to long-term stabilize local gas station fuel tanks. And if feasible, do so to as many as possible. Collect and freeze food at home to last as long as possible without overburdening the battery system. Research and understand. Medical care, initially focusing on injury treatment and eventually getting to dental. Cross fingers there's little or no need for this. Basic electrician training. Including my new solar system. Per Hurricane Kai's excellent point, I should also learn C and C++ to prep for building devices to automate food production, etc. Since those languages are generally the best fit for those applications, especially when you need them to be stable and fit on a small compute footprint. Then I can start learning some stuff for fun. Learn to sail. Practice cooking and maybe explore wine. Enjoy my home streaming setup and explore filmography. Read. For the love of golf, answered with, I'd have to find a pack of dogs to accept me. And then live amongst them, I guess. Carrie Cakes answered with, I mean, if I'm all alone, what's the purpose in staying around? People here talking about wanking whenever they want. And taking whatever they want from any stores they choose. But what about when all that stuff gets boring? The internet can only keep you so entertained without people to make it entertaining. Someday, you'll have seen all you care to see. And with nobody else around to have more fun experiences with, you've already been the last person alive. So what else would there be? Bull Ruckle answered with, randomly go into other people's houses to see the layout. And try and find hidden things too, no doubt. Sora Major answered with, I mean, technically I'm the last person, so I would teach monkeys to play video games. And or rebuild humanity and place myself as a god. Depends on how long left I have to live. Zelda Fan 812 answered with, get a boat and a car, I don't trust myself to fly a plane. And see the sights of the world in peace. You trust yourself to navigate a boat across the ocean. I'd even consider a simple plane. Granted, you're smarter since I'd probably crash, but it is still worth considering. Not so cool now answered with, first question, are all the corpses of the rest of the people still present? They all die or did they just disappear? Second question, if yes, are those corpses still animate? If no, did I just miss the rapture or something? Glitch Fox answered with, be depressed. If I'm all that's left, I'd have no friends, family, none of my favorite musicians. Why would I write, program, or draw if nobody but me will see it? There's no purpose with no people, for me at least. Anyone would go completely crazy. And end up dying from depression after a couple days because they would be absolutely alone. Oh damn, that's some vanity right there. Why would I do things if people can't see me doing them? Maybe reevaluate some things there, bucko. The desire to share yourself with other humans is kind of, I don't know, a huge part of the human condition. I do things to make people happy. Seeing people happy makes me happy. If there's no people to make happy, why would I do the things? Will Hultink 73 answered with, I would consume as much media as I could. Movies, video games, books, before A. getting bored or B. dying of lack of the outside. If I survived, I would visit every location on Earth. I would then spend my last days in the most beautiful place I found with a collection of my favorite books and movies. My last moment would be floating in a body of water with a cold beer and a picture of my family. Kitties are cool. 2000 answered with wander around, learn how to drive, easy enough, go into random people's houses and read their diaries and collect cool books and items. And when I get lonely, then look up some chatbots on the internet to talk to until I get bored. Then just wander around more collecting cool stuff and figuring out how to astral travel. Strippy Jewel answered with all of these posts are unrealistic. I will try to build a rocket ship and go on a space exploration with my anti-gravity suit and alien detector device to find some people and life with a family. And finally, Huge Bodybuilder reacted with if movies have taught me anything, there's always one more survivor. Well, there you have it. A perfectly great question answered by a bunch of fine and honorable citizens. Help support this channel by smashing the like and subscribe buttons. And hit that silly little bell as well to ensure you get the latest videos as they come out. Fred is always finding stuff for me to post regularly. So this is Derek signing off. Thanks for watching. Good grief, it sounds like Fred is out of his pen again. I think he found more drama for me to share with you. See you soon.